I'm inside and I saw Fast and Furious 6. It is directed by Justin Lin, and spoiler, The Rock's in it. So if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. And this review, sponsored by my Linktree. You can check that out after the review. Real quick, if you see me squinting, that's just my light sensitivity. The movie starts, we're going bark bark, like those dogs in the background, but no, for real. We have the previous gang got a bunch of money from the last movie, and so they're all living spread out across the globe. I really like how Brian and Mia has a child and they're just taking care of it, versus Roman and I believe Ludacris's character, very extravagant. They're spending their money. That's fun. I like Roman. I like how Roman's like, okay, I'm gonna live my best life right now. Also, we have Dom and another chick, not Letty. Okay. Also, we got Han and his chick. You know, he's from Tokyo Drift. We got the gang here. But looks like Hobbs, the Rock. He's like, oh, I'm gonna go to Dom. Hello, Dom. Look, I have Letty. Took a picture of Letty. Will he help us? And Dom is like, sure. We get full pardons, and I'm like, oh boy. I want to see what happens. They're going after a guy who does some car things. He does some Russian heist. Is it a heist, or is it like just like a flat out crime? I don't know what that term is called, what he did. But he gets all the police in London to go to this one single spot. Like, this police are on this little high pillar above this parking garage area. And we have Shah. He's like, I'm gonna drive underneath this parking garage area and I'm gonna blow up all the pillars so all of the police are down. Saw this and I was like, oh man, incredibly brutal. Oh boy, Shah, he deserves to be the villain, I believe. He's going fast cars. He's also blowing things up. And he reminds me of Brian, like an evil Brian. Also, the other squad are like equivalents of our gang, our Fast and Furious gang, I guess family that we're following. And I like that. I like how there's like, they have to fight each other's like parallel opposite, which I found to be cool. Also, speaking of parallel opposites, Shah only believes in switching out parts when it's necessary. And the Fast and Furious squad, especially Dom, is like, family. I believe in family, okay? You know, I like that little different ideals. I think that's what it's called, different ideals. Yeah, I like that a lot. We had to get the entire squad together. They're of course skeptical, but with full pardons, we gotta get this Shah guy. We gotta figure out where he's at. Also, London has so many cameras, but somebody in CCTV probably working on those cameras, working with the criminal, because they just the cameras happen to be down for maintenance when Shah does the things. Also, he escapes to Spain. It's a fun like cat and mouse chase during most of the movie, when we have like Shah is on the run, trying to run away from like the Furious squad, and there's a bunch of car racing. There's a lot of fun hand-to-hand combat. There's a lot more hand-to-hand combat in this movie than like any other Fast and Furious movie, which I found to be very fun and intriguing. There's also Letty. She doesn't remember anything. She's also part of the bad guys. She's part of Shah's squad. The Shah squad has files on the Fast and Furious squad. Oh no, Letty, you've been seen with Dom. What is this? I got amnesia. I don't know. Letty, good job. Good job on not dying. Good job on like preserving yourself as a person. Even if if it's unintentional and you're being very truthful, that's fine. I like Letty. It's kind of sad that she like shoots Dom, and then like Dom pulls out the gunshot within like his bullet. But I really appreciate the movie for not showing me the process of Dom extracting the gunshot from his wound. That would have been too gory, I guess is the term for me. Too bloody, too gross. I wouldn't have liked that. So I like the subtle, taking the gun shot out of his chest, shoulder specifically. Shaw is not a good person. I wouldn't say so. He doesn't really seem very concerned with civilian life. He's just all about the money. Also, he's gonna have this like nightshade device. He's either creating this nightshade device or he's trying to have this nightshade device, purpose it into like a weapon that gets rid of all city power. That's what a nightshade device is in this movie. And that's not good. And he's gonna sell it. That's irresponsible. That's incredibly irresponsible. I wouldn't do that if I were him. I don't want my power to be out when this guy uses it. That seems kind of fishy to me. But anyway, we got this computer chip thing. He's trying to run away with it. Also, Brian goes to prison, and he's in prison. He actually flies to LA from London, goes to prison because he's not allowed in the United States. This guy, he's like, okay, I can let you in, but I can't get you out. Brian is talking to somebody that Shaw was connected to get more information about Letty, which I find fine. You know, there's a whole fight scene, they're all fighting, blah, blah, blah. Brian wins, which I appreciate, even though you got some prisoners trying to stab him. Ouch. I wouldn't want to be me. I wouldn't want to be in that situation. Oh boy. But Brian just gets out of prison. How? I want to know how. This is the part where I'm like, wait, I wanted to see either Brian get out of prison or explain why he's out of prison. Because the same guy who's like, oh, I can't get you out of prison, drives him to the airport so he can meet up with the rest of the people. This is probably the part that I have the most contention with in this movie, is because how does Brian get out of jail? He's supposed to be there for life. There's no like judge, there's no like Hobbs calling LA and be like, oh, we need this guy. No. He just is out of jail. I'm guessing the implication is that he got helped out by the FBI, but either I like blinked and missed this detail, or I just didn't see the detail where the FBI is calling him. I just would have liked that detail a little bit more clear. But anyway, we're talking about Shaw doing more Shawing. We're following Shaw. Also, I really like the part where we have Shaw is in a plane. Shaw's trying to take off. And we have...
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
The Fast and Furious squad waiting down the plane with their cars. Pretty insane, like, stunts. We got, like, people driving into the plane before the plane starts to take off, but the plane can never properly take off because it's too heavy. Also, there's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of... Ooh, man! Now I think about fighting and stuff. First scene from a little bit earlier on this movie. I really like the part where we see these dudes, Shaw and like his crew, are in this tank, running over a bunch of people. And Letty's in this tank. There's this little car attached to the front of the tank. Letty's assigned to get rid of it, but because force and going very fast across two bridges where they drop off is very high. Does not seem like a safe bridge design at all. Holy dang, that must be at least like 100 feet up. You should not at all not pay attention on this road, because if you accidentally hit the side, boom, you're dead, done, gone, bye, have a nice time. I wouldn't want to be on these highways, and especially when you have tanks like blowing overpasses up. You got tanks like rolling over pedestrian cars, killing them. No care for life. Letty's objecting, like, what are you doing? Why? As I say, Letty gets thrown, but Dom catches her. Really cool shot of Dom catching her and then like landing into a windshield of a car. I found it to be really cool. So now we're at the part where the plane, we're fighting, blah blah blah. Fun, fight, fun. It's pretty insane fighting scene, to be honest. I was on the edge of my seat. I was worried that that girl would fall the entire time. There's a lot of struggling to fight each other and keep everyone not dead in terms of the Fast and Furious squad, but also trying to murder to kill Shaw's squad. There's a lot of people falling out of the plane. Also, Han, his girlfriend shoots a henchman of Shaw. Sacrifices her own life. Very nice of her to do. I appreciate that sacrifice. And also, there's a lot of Hobbs climbing on not the wheel of the airplane, but like right above it, trying to like get in, trying to infiltrate stuff. It's really cool. There's at the end though. We do have everyone out. Everyone jumps out except for Dom. Dom's gonna grab the computer chip from Shaw, have a fight with Shaw. Shaw falls off the back of the plane. And I think he's dead at this point, but I'm not entirely sure. The movie doesn't really say. And then big old airplane explosion, and Dom drives out the front. And then family's back together. Also, Mia was being held hostage. Not the child got saved. But Mia got held hostage, and luckily, Brian saved Mia. She was on the aeroplane. And then the end is a nice little barbecue where they're like, oh yeah, we can be in America again. And I really like this ending. It made me be like, oh man, I want to have this barbecue. I want to eat their food. This sounds delicious. Maybe some nice, tasty treat. That's how the movie ends. Oh, actually, post-credit scene, Han is in Tokyo. He drifts, but unfortunately, his car gets set on fire, and Shaw's brother is like, yeah, hold on, I killed off Han. And it's like, no, come on, he's killed off Han. It makes me really sad, honestly. I wasn't like too annoyed with this movie, I gotta be honest. I was enjoying this movie. I enjoy the higher stakes. Fast and Furious is just quite an insane movie. Also, I really like there's like this little Nas propeller gun thing that has a little arrow at the top to attach yourself to buildings and such. And I like how that's like introduced, being stolen from Shaw, and then we have a Nas added to it, and then used for the plane. So it's used 3 times. I enjoyed that. Also, just the little moments of character banter really makes the movie for me and the characters for me, because it's like, okay, this dude's relatably family. Roman almost shoots Dom and another dude. He was Ludacris's character head with that arrow thing. And Roman is just, man, I just love Roman. Roman's like, oh, it's not me. It's not me. It's like, oh, dude. I really like Roman. I wish, I want to see more Fast and Furious movies, which I will. I like the camera movement. I especially like the cinematography. Shot composition was fun as well. I also like the little base, the garage that they're set at, and I also like Hobbs' character a lot. I like Hobbs' character a lot more than like last Fast and Furious, because in this one, Fast and Furious Squad and Hobbs are working together, and I find this to be a very fun twist. It's a twist from the beginning of the series where Brian was a cop. Then you got a bunch of criminals. No, we got a bunch of criminals helping a cop. It seems to go full circle. I like it. I'm a big fan. Wow, when did this roll off?
The character progression of this movie I really enjoyed, especially with all the characters. They definitely stayed true to their values of like having each other's back. Just really nice. And also more family. Brian and Mia has a son. This is very interesting. I'm so intrigued, man. I want to see what the future holds for the series, and I'll be watching more Fast and Furious movies. This is only 6. Currently 10's coming out. I hear that's a 2-parter. Oh boy, Fast and Furious. The movies can't come fast enough. I enjoyed the cinematography as well, and shot composition, especially the place that they're working at, and Hobbs. And I really like Hobbs' character. I really like how there's kind of like a switch up on the first movie. First movie, Brian is a cop versus the underbelly criminal world. This movie, we have a cop coming to all these criminals, and they're all working together to fight some more criminals. Heckin' yeah, I like that. And so because it's nice, and wow, there's a very fast car back there, I gotta give this movie a solid 7 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that. I can fast track a movie review request at patreon.com/ASCpresents. $20 a month for one movie review for 1 month, $3 a month for how to draw Pokemon tutorials, and 250 vlogs that are up there right now, only on patreon.com/ASCpresents. And if you'd like to help with the daily grindiness, all these daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree. Really helps the daily grind. So you can go here. And until next time, I'm titsmintsalad. I'll see you later, my salad croutons, bacon bits.